I was like, wait a minute, it's been a while since I've done it. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Labor Day weekend. So I wanted to make a video, just kind of talk about a couple of things, just to kind of prep us for the trading week, and just a couple things I want to just pull up here on my screen to make sure I kind of have everything that I need to talk with you guys about some important news. Okay, so I want to go ahead and just talk about the job market. So on Friday for August, we went ahead and found out that we added 315,000 jobs. The unemployment rate rose 3.7%, indicating that we are going towards a solid pace for a tighter labor market. Now, we are starting to get a little hope, perhaps, that maybe there might be a soft landing. Just keep it real, and you're gonna be number one. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I can't even speak. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and salute to you too. Yeah. So speaking about we're in the green, as of right now, crude oil is definitely going to start increasing, and I have some news for you in regards to Russia. Oh my lord, the drama continues. You know, since Kobe Bryant passed away, I knew this is going to be a very tough decade. Then we got COVID, and oh my lord. But so if you go specifically into the types of jobs that were added, we're looking at business services, healthcare. So go Clover, right? And you can see a lot. Healthcare. Clover was adding a lot of, obviously, positions to their workforce. We also had, so job growth that is obviously resilient, and it adds to the fact that the Federal Reserve can press the brakes a little, and kind of put a damper on the economy, but yet it's still growing because it exceeded economist expectations. I'm drinking coffee here, so I'm very tired. So sorry if I stutter a little bit. I read like 100 pages today, so I was prepping for tomorrow's patient's encounter. Okay, so let me go ahead and see other things I want to talk about. So there's approximately 11.2 million job openings right now. So that's approximately 2 vacant jobs per unemployed person. In terms of Russia, so the Nord Stream 2 pipeline is basically closed down. And that's the pipeline that connects Germany onto Russia. And this is a way for Vladimir Putin to essentially punish Germany for supporting folks in Ukraine, right? And what's happening here now is, for people that don't know, usually when energy prices rise, more often than not, it super, a recession follows after that. And we already knew that the European economy was already teetering into a recession, so deep into it when they were printing all that money for the COVID. And now they have like record high inflation. And now with, my apologies for my dog. Now, Coco. Sorry, Coco. Coco Loco. She's a little crazy. Yeah. Now that this pipeline is shut down, there's a lot of members in our Al Stock Alerts and Mastering. They said they're going to look at short squeeze stocks that deal with oil. Yeah, I definitely agree. We got to look at that for sure. That's like big. You know what I mean? I love the ideas that float around. Speaking about that, just for housekeeping, so I left some extra time. Tomorrow morning will be the last day of our Mastering Stock Market $150 off Labor Day sale. So I wanted to make sure I say that, because I know there's some folks that were wanting to take advantage of it. Congratulations to everyone that did. Understand that just a quick housekeeping. I've been waiting on a code for the mastering for the brain machine, and it's really been annoying waiting for this code. And I'm just gonna have to just start making drop some lecture content, and I'm gonna have to drop more lecture content showing you the key ratios. I'm trying to build something that Morningstar stopped doing, and it's a big fleet to do. It's a big task, and I'm surprised Morningstar stopped giving this data because it really helps you make money in the market. But we're creating it, we're building it. It's giving me some gray hairs, but just to give you guys some housekeeping. CVS said it would acquire Signify Health for $30.50 cash. So if you look at my previous video regarding Signify Health, you will see with our intrinsic value calculation, we calculated the value of Signify and we hit it around that $30 region. I'm trying to see exactly where. Here it is. I made it on August 21st. Here's the video. And let me, there, oh, yeah. And let me go ahead and show you the intrinsic value calculation. Oh, there it is. See? Let's zoom in. See that? And it hit it right between this region here. See how powerful it is? And this is the name of the video, right? So this is the beauty of it, and it should show you how important it is and how undervalued Clover is, and just wait till it becomes free cash flow positive. So good. Buddy? No, he doesn't listen to me anyway, so I don't even know why I'm bothering. So let me see if there's anything else we want to talk about here. So the biggest one is oil, okay? This is going to tip Europe into a recession. Whether we like it or not, it's going to tip, they're going to get into a recession. The question is how far in is the United States willing to go into helping Europe, and is Europe just going to continue buying from China? Because China's buying oil from Russia and China's upselling it to Europe. And is U.S. going to be upset at Europe for buying from China, which buys from Russia? You can see that this political rhetoric of sanctions is not working. And who's suffering here? Well, we've sent billions of dollars over to Ukraine. And it's definitely a lot of Americans are hurting. And is it really helping Ukraine? There's just a lot going on right now. I don't know the answer. This is war. I'm going to become a physician. I don't care about war. I care about healing. So I'm not really an expert when it comes to war. But this is just a convoluted shit show. It's a convoluted shit show. Children running the planet. Exactly, Ming. Children running the planet. And salutations. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Danny. It's just a bunch of children. I'm looking at this as an adult, and it's like a shit show. I just met someone at the gym yesterday who knows, was it the prime minister or the president, whoever the guy is, from Canada, Trudeau. And he said the guy's so political that when you talk to him, it's so he'll say anything just to make you happy, and it doesn't, there's no, it's not real. And that's just, I don't know. That's just, buddy, no. If I slam the table a little bit, he snaps out of it. No, buddy. At least anywho, that's we'll let him do what he wants. He only has limited time in this world, so he can do the hell he wants. Sorry, guys. He has free will. Okay, so that's what's going on right now. Not so much news. Again, the market's just trying to figure out what's going on. If I go ahead and look at our smart money, dumb money, We are seeing smart money come in and start buying this dip. And we talked about how as they start buying smart money, they're also shorting. Okay. Um, P, I swear I just saw an AMC question. It's gone. I'm so sorry. I saw AMC, then it's just message retracted. Uh, oh, there it is. Here it is. Dr. Pro. Do you still believe in AMC? Well, it, you know, do I believe in retail holding? Yeah. I mean, they're going to hold. But the probability, because you have to understand everything's through a standard deviation. You're going to have some people, you guys know what a standard deviation bell curve is. We all fall on it. Give me, buddy, buddy. Sorry, guys. Come here, come here, come here. My good boy. It's okay. You want to see him, buddy? All right. Not a chance. There's another dog outside, buddy. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Give me a moment. Let me. I'm gonna step outside. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. No, buddy. See, no. Stay. Sorry, guys. Let me go ahead and. I don't want to waste your time. I'm sorry, guys. This is he never, he usually doesn't do this. Okay. All right. Let me look at the questions here. Okay. I agree with helping Ukraine because we can't have a strong Russia. Yeah, and the whole other thing is we're trying to weaken Russia through this, and it's definitely a problem for sure. Because if we have a strong Russia, then there'll be a strong Iran, and then a strong North Korea, and it's just not going to look good. But the idea here was NATO was never supposed to expand. So that's why kind of Putin flipped the strip. There he is, right there. He's right there. You see him right there? Look at him. I'm sorry, guys. I can't escape him. Do you think the market will be bullish at least a month after September 20? I think we're going to have to see the FOMC meeting. I think we're going to have to see the FOMC meeting. And I think I have to end this call because he's freaking the F out. Sorry for the unprofessional, guys. I'm trying my best. You can see it's look at him. Let me see, where is he? He's literally watching me. You see him? Really right there. He's like looking at me. Buddy, can you calm down? Okay, sorry, guys. I guess it's comedy with it too. But this is exactly what I think is going to happen. So I think the midterm elections are going to be a pretty telltale sign of, is he still there? Yeah, he's still there. I'm going to move here so you guys can see. I think the elections are going to be a telltale sign. What a weirdo. And we're going to essentially see, once the election happens, whether we flip, oh my God, whether, awesome dog, no need to apologize. Thank you. Yeah. We're going to essentially see if we're going to get a red wave or blue wave. Now, for all the people that are new to the stock market loves gridlocks. They love it when there's half Republican and half Democrat. The reason why the stock market loves when no bill gets passed is that Wall Street can predict how these people are going to vote. And, obviously there's some hedge funds that are going to support Democrats, and there are some hedge funds that are going to support Republicans. And those hedge funds are going to come together, and they're going to basically control both sides. And when you have a gridlock in Congress, you get in a position where the market does really well. I'll show you the graphs for this, right? And the sad part is the country doesn't move forward, which is not good, too. But we'll be more wealthier, so we can have enough money to build more things so we can push the country forward. Because I think one president said how, ask not what your country can, country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. So I personally think give the citizens the ability to make the money in the market. My dog in the back is he wants to be part of the live, so you guys can. Hey, yeah, Kenny. So the wifey, she's not. He's crying. He misses her. She's not here right now, so he's trying to look for her. So there, he's like, yeah, Coco for the win. So his name is Buddy. Coco's on the floor whining that I left. Yeah, it's it's like a child. It's crazy. I got a crazy family. Our puts on the spy, too obvious. It's we would have to look at the put to call ratio and analyze the consumer sentiment. And I personally think the market's definitely it's in a very personally for me. I'm more the way I'm comfortable approaching this market is looking at stocks that are intrinsically undervalued and approaching it that way. I still think it's dangerous to short in this type of market because the Federal Reserve can come out and say something that will basically flip the markets to green. And we're going to have to see if we get multiple data points September, October, and by November, December after the elections. I feel like by January, because with the whole tax loss harvesting, I believe by January we're going to get a better idea of where this market is headed by looking at the consumer price index, the PCE, looking at all of these things, and seeing exactly where this market is. By the way, I'm in Arizona, so I'm like kind of like getting a little glossy here because it's always odd here. Let's see, Ape is up 16% in Germany. That's amazing. So for most people that don't know, back in the day when I was a heavy day trader, I again when you go professional, you tend to not you don't have time for day. And I trade, I do just sometimes a short squeeze when I have some time. But definitely the day trade. I used to always look at the market in Germany and see how it trades, and then I'm able to look at their technicals and see how it opens up and get that data. And I'm not the only day trader that does this. And then that's how the market. You know how like when it drops and it follows the Germany market, and then the Germany market follows the U.S. market. So it's kind of like how that works. For people that don't know, just want to explain to you. Sup man, I see your channel is climbing up towards that Tesla. That's amazing. It's like the Teslas. Hey, no, I appreciate you guys. Again, we try to provide you guys just the best of my ability and knowledge. Is he still back there? Yeah, he's right there. If you guys don't see him, Jesus, guy, what a freaking clown! What a clown! I want to rewatch this video back. What a clown. And I'm sorry I'm on my phone. I'm just away from my studio right now, so I just want to just give you guys some, what we're looking at right now. Right now this market is going to go up and down, sideways. It's all about the Feds right now. It is all about the Feds. I don't care what data point comes in. It is all about the Feds. What do you think about Sofi and the student loan coming back in 2023 for the stock? Yes. So after the elections, President Biden is no longer going to essentially push away the whole federal student loan program, the whole the moratorium of like deferment and not being able to pay. So for SoFi, I do believe that's bullish, but you also have to understand this. Let's say you have a federal student loan right now that you want to get it refinanced. Refinancing now is a terrible, terrible thing to do because the interest rates are really, really, really high. The only thing that would work out for SoFi is for all the people that have variable interest rates, which means that they go up in demand with what the Federal Reserve does instead of like fixed, they would do really well during this time. The other thing is potentially other borrowers who did variable back in the day, who thought that interest rates were going to continue going down. Now they're spiking up, and they're probably going to be fearful that the variable is going to keep going up, so they're going to switch to fixed. But I would need to see how SoFi takes advantage of this, because high interest rates means that they're going to make more money, but at the same time, are people going to refinance? And historically, why, if you're going to refinance and your monthly is going to be higher, then are you really going to refinance? The answer is no. So you would have to see exactly how we do that. You'd be resetting your amortization schedule, aka paying more in interest for many more years. Exactly, and that's what I'm trying to say. Because like, let's say your interest rates are what, like 3-4%, and all of a sudden you refinance now. I think the interest rates are what, like 6-7%, and they're going to keep jacking them up. ORMP. So I don't have my computer on me because I have this golden doodle here. But speaking about stocks, we will be doing our bi-monthly meetings for all my members, to where we're going to have our Discord video conference, and we're going to take a poll, and we're going to talk about the stocks you want to talk about, and I will show you how I use the software, so you guys can learn. It's a great way. And you guys can kind of see the patterns I go through, right? And obviously, there are other ways and other things that I need to show you that you would want to analyze as well. And all that's going to help. So BNGO, I remember I traded BNGO. It was a company that ripped very heavily in 2020, 2021. I remember I traded it heavily during that time. I forget. Let's see here. Where'd it go? Genomics, a good company. Well, so if you look up a paper on Google Scholar, so we are doing this paper with hippocampal RNA gene expression, and the way genomics is going to be involved in healthcare is, I feel like, very, very crucial. I believe in the next 30 to 50 years, everyone is going to have their DNA mapped out, and we're going to be able to know what diseases you are going to have before you have them. So let's say, for example, you have, let's say, God forbid, Huntington, which, correct me if I'm wrong, can someone Google this? It's a trinucleotide repeat of the CAG region. It's a trinucleotide of CAGs repeating of the Huntington protein. But the problem is it keeps going and going and going, and we're able to predict it, so you'll be knowing that you'll have Huntington. Sadly, a lot of folks do suicide once the disease gets worse. The only problem is insurance companies. A lot of folks are going to go to third-party testings, and what they would do is they would, if insurance gets a hand on that, they would essentially, it's very sad, they would jack up your rates. So there's ethics involved there too. What are your thoughts on ADHD in the sense of the mass diagnosis we are seeing as a society? Yeah, so, and these are questions I'm getting in the chat, so feel free to comment down in the chat. We'll love to talk to you guys. I do believe there could be misdiagnosis in ADHD. It could be. Usually, a lot of, usually you need a physician to potentially see that. But, sometimes you have teachers noticing things. But the question is, are these teachers trained to notice these things correctly? And nobody, calm down. Are these teachers trained? And I don't know. I was reading some papers that talks about different types of foods that increase the probability of ADHD. I don't know if it's causation or not. I believe some dyes, food coloring, the studies have been talked about how that influences ADHD. So I find that extremely interesting. Insurance of any kind should not be for-profit business. It should be a non-profit service for all. And, I agree to that, but the problem is when you have a non-profit business, it doesn't operate efficiently. And I know this really well because I run a non-profit, right? And the way it's operated, it needs to act more like a business. but still keep its altruistic and cultural competence sense of securing and helping the community, which is why the government's turning to private um, to help with the whole Medicaid, with the direct contracting, and also for the new ACO plan that's going to be released in 2023. Let's see. Thoughts on the body being able to heal itself with proper diet? Yeah. I know. Yeah, these are non-stock market questions, but I welcome them. Yeah. So I think this is a nice study. As my dog's crazy behind me. So there's this two different mice that we studied. One mice we put in a cage that had nothing. It was a boring cage that had nothing, literally just water and food. The the other cage had toys, had everything. It literally had. It's called an environmentally enriched area. Here, let me go inside. I think he's freaking out. I think he calmed down. He realized that if he yells, I'm gonna go outside. All right, stay. Sorry guys, you guys see my close my face there. Okay, so want to say hi to them? Okay, all right. Calm down. Okay, they're jumping on me. Calm down. All right. Relax. Relax. I have coffee here. Okay, so let me see. Sorry, the question I lost. So anywho, we had two different types of mice, and after we looked at the mice, one in a very there was nothing there. It was just like water and food, and the other mice had environmentally enriched. They had toys, they had games, they had exercise. We went ahead then. We sacrificed them. It sounds so terrible. We sacrificed them, and we looked at their hippocampus. We looked at different parts of their brain. And the beautiful part about the hippocampus is it's responsible for memory. So if you remember that 10-second Tom from 50 First Dates, this dates us back, maybe some folks don't know this movie. But when someone has a lesion or some type of problem in the hippocampus, they have a hard time with memory. What we found is that the mice in a environmentally enriched area with exercise and toys, their connections was so much stronger than that of someone in a basically not stimulating area, no exercise. It almost basically makes you think, imagine if you apply this to civilization. People that don't have much, that live in the lower socioeconomic sector of society, that are not privileged to be next to a beach, to live during that area. If you were to look at life expectancies in the United States and probably wherever country you're from, you can see that people tend to live longer in the coastlines, right? It's very interesting with the dynamics, and it's so sad because it has nothing to do with the genetics, but more the epigenetics and the environment in which you live in, which is the reason why we made this channel, to help change your environment, to help teach you how to make money, which will ultimately help you get to that position, right? So that's a really nice story. But yes, I do believe proper diet, food is medicine, right? Food is medicine. And yeah, so that, yeah, definitely different questions, I might say. But yeah, I definitely welcome them. Business model, what's your thoughts on it? So I would have to take a look at it. I don't have a... So when I analyze a company, it takes me about 30-40 minutes. I usually look at the annual 10K report and use Brain Machine to kind of figure out what's going on. But just kind of a brief look at, it's an e-commerce company. Does the whole cars. I do think the car market is definitely scary right now. I do believe it's something that we definitely need to look at in terms of the repo rate, which is most likely why it's down 93%. Jesus. I would also want to look at the financials. So what I would look at, kind of walk you through, is I would look at the income statement, the balance sheet, the statement of cash flows. I don't want to look at the free cash flow. Is it growing consistently? I want to look at their top line, which is their revenue, then their bottom line, which is their net income. I would also want to look at their return on equity, return on assets, ROA, ROE, ROI, right? I want to take a look at their shares outstanding. Have they been diluting shareholders? And is it in why, if they are? Are they in debt? What is their debt to equity ratio? What is their current ratio, right? All these different types of questions I would do to analyze this company. And then I would take a look at the business model and look at other industries within this area. See, these are the kind of type of questions and then as you get more experience with asking questions, you'll be able to ask questions with it's like, for example, the best way I can explain to you is, let's say if a patient comes in with chest pain, you would say, okay, when did this start? Oh, it was acute. Okay, what were you doing? Oh, you were walking and maybe you had some pain in your leg. Oh, pain in the leg. Okay, could it be a pulmonary embolism? Right? You would basically, the more companies you study and the more companies you analyze, you would essentially be able to ask high yield questions and know when the company is lying to you, when the company is lying to their shareholders, which this happens a lot. You'll be able to see, because every company wants to paint a rosy picture. They want your money, right? But it's up to you as the investor to look at red flags and to stress test the company, to look at management. Are they buying shares, right? Selling, it can tell a story, but buying is a really telltale sign. You only buy for one reason. You can sell for many: divorce, marriage, retirement, but you only buy for one. Okay? So it's these types of questions that you would want to ask when you evaluate a company. And there's more based on the specific company and sector that you're in. Like, for example, if you're analyzing an LP company, like Energy Transfer, there's different ways to analyze that company. Or REITs, REITs. They're a little bit more convoluted and a little bit more intensive than that of a normal company, right? And you also have to take advantage of the dividends, but you also have to see that through a Schedule K1. You want to look at those taxes that they would give you, right? And maybe you're buying companies that are outside of the U.S., where they have their own taxes. Then you would be basically paying, double dip taxes. There's a lot of questions in the complexities of the market compounds as you do international. Because I've sometimes worked with international markets, like Ernevav, great company, right? Great CEO, a very Warren Buffett-like leader, right? I think it could, the risk, the reward is pretty intense. I do think it's gone up pretty significantly. I'd probably do another intrinsic value to see what it is. But I hope that was kind of helpful, just kind of giving you guys some thoughts here. I will be updating the economic calendar for the September, and we will be looking at doing more due diligence to see what's going on with this market. As of right now, it is all on the Feds. Everyone's looking at the Feds and economic data. This stock market has turned purely into an economic an economic story. You need to look at the economics, and the macroeconomics is fundamental. Okay. And I don't know if you hear that, a little squeaking their toy here. But I love you guys a lot, and I just wanted to check in with you. The biggest one is oil right now. I believe oil is going to increase rapidly. I believe Warren Buffett was correct in buying Oxy and wanting to buy majority stake of the company. I do believe oil is going to continuously go up. I want to look at the equity hedging index really quickly here. I want to make sure to see what's going on with it. There it is. Okay. So let me share with you this. Give me a moment. Let me switch the camera side. So I think this will be a great image to share with you. Okay. So the equity hedging index also tracks hedge funds on how they hedge for stocks, right? So let me go ahead and show you this. So as you can see right now, when the equity hedging index is, again, I'm on my phone here. When the equity hedging index peaks and falls, we tend to be at a market bottom, okay? The thing is, once it starts falling down, we start getting in a position where you really want to be careful and question whether you want to, continue in this market, right? As it started to rise up, we started to get a little bit more bearish, which is why a lot of folks in January, as it peaked here, January, we became extremely bearish within this market, and many folks started shorting stocks because the mania of retail peaked during this area when we hit this red line in the equity hedging index. Now, we thought we would be going down, but this was shorts covering. Now we're starting to peak back up, and I would have to analyze the highest peaks we've ever had and relate them to 2008, which is another reason why we're starting to go down, okay? So I hope that makes sense. Yesterday I made a video about the cans outside, how that culturally they go in and pretty much, guys, no, crazy dogs, leave out cans to help out the community here, which is amazing. You should definitely check that out culturally. We have a crazy family here, celebrating the passage of my boards. So it's they're very psycho right now, really psycho. So I'm really sorry for this. Housekeeping wise, the Labor Day sale will be ending tomorrow, so please take advantage of that. And that's it. Yeah. Once we get into our studio, we'll be able to give you guys better snapshot of these images. And I personally need to do more research. It's going to take about 5 to 6 hours of research, quantitative, overall, to study these movements and to look at all this economic data, to see what's going on. This is a very convoluted and very confusing times that we're in the market. If you just started with the stock market, understand that this is an abnormal market. It's okay. Relax. It's okay. But it's a part of the yin and yang. You can't have all green. Life is not all about. You can't have good days every day. You have to embrace the bad days and the bad years. Because what ultimately is happiness? Is it a minute of happiness? Is it a day, a weekend, a year, a decade? Right? So I would use this time to learn. I would use this time to look at the FOMC meetings, because you have to be privileged to have the time to even know what the FOMC even means. And for you to even know this, guys, you know how ahead of you are? It's a big deal. Most folks don't know. Go talk to the general population and talk to them about an FOMC meeting. They'd be like, what is that? Some folks don't even know who Jerome Powell is. You know what I mean? So we got a lot of smarties here, and it's very proud to have you guys here. So it really means a lot. Love you guys a lot. I know these are long lives, so but again, I want to get to know you guys, and hopefully we'll be able to open up the chat and the videos so we can talk to each other and build a community. It's all about building a community here, a community of truth, love, hope, respect, honesty, because you don't really get that nowadays. So I love each and every one of you guys, and let's continue pushing forward, learning something new every single day. And that's all I have for you guys. Look up for the oil, the Nord Stream. That's going to be the talk of the week, and how Russia is going to be handling this. Big issues. Also look for the September FOMC meeting. That's another big one. We'll go ahead and talk to you guys regarding the economic calendar. All right, guys, I love each and every one of you. God bless you. Okay? And please stay safe. Okay? And as a reminder, if you haven't said hi or I love you to your loved ones, call up your mom or dad tonight if they're still alive and tell them how much you love them. Okay? Because there's going to be a day where they're not going to be there. So I'll kind of remind you about these things, because sometimes you forget. Life gets busy. So call them up tonight. Tell them, or just text them. Be like, hey, I love you. You know what I mean? I love you a lot. Thank you for everything you've given me. You know what I mean? So stuff like that, you know what I mean? So that's what makes life beautiful, in my opinion. All right? I was born in 85, and I can't believe how much I've seen the world change in a short time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a crazy world, man. It's a crazy world. Crazy world. The only positive that I see that's growing, that's changing, is the ability to create a community like the one that we're creating here, and to deal with this madness, because we're not alone, even though it may seem like it, even though the government may want you to be fighting left versus right. We're all one. If you believe in God, one nation under God, and one world too. Okay? So love you guys. Stay safe. And I gotta go watch more of his videos so I can do it better. Love you guys. Peace out.